sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out. It's all the things
Actually, no, I didn't.
never show. There are the things I want to know. Secrets start in your heart to slow. But if you don't wanna tell me now, I guess I'll never know. Losing almost all my energy. It's getting hard to talk to you, and I'm the only one who speaks. It's all the things you never show.
The music don't want to stop playing. Come on, get in. Everton have done it. We won. Instant match reaction. We're live now on Toffee Bluecast. Nottingham Forest 0. Everton 1. Let's do this. Instant match reaction. Jump on 10, 15 minutes. Tell us how you feel. And then we'll get off. Just want to get a bit of juice on the game. Paul, how are you feeling?
Relieved. Yeah. Chuffed. They worked really hard. God, it was like pinball wizard, and certainly the first half, ball just everywhere, and no one could get hold of it. And then James Garner sort of puts on his Superman outfit and starts pulling the strings, and we actually come away with 3 points we deserve, and 3 points, which was massive. I mean, if we were looking at that table tonight and we were still on 4 points, how different would we be feeling compared to now when we're 2 points behind? You know, we've jumped up a lot. It's good.
Emma, get to work safe. Don't crash your car or anything. Have a listen. Get back on it. Thanks for coming on for a couple of minutes. But up the fucking Toffees. We won. Paul Caswell in the building as well. Yeah, it's one of those games where it's just stressed you out, didn't it? We couldn't do anything. We was the better team. We was in more control. We had better possession. We was the better team. But we couldn't put our passes together properly. We couldn't get the ball down properly. Our final ball wasn't good enough. And I wouldn't say that, other than James Garner, I wouldn't say any player was nowhere near the best. Nowhere near. I don't think James Garner was his best, but he was definitely one of the best players. And we just went through the motions, didn't we? We went through all the motions of just not being able to do well. But this is a different Everton team now, because normally when that happens, we wouldn't stick at it, would we? We wouldn't. Normally, when we go through the emotions and we're crap like that, eventually we lose. But to be that poor and come away with it is amazing.
It is. No, we were just erratic. It was just someone calm down and pass the ball 5 yards. It was absolutely manic. And Beto and Decore, especially first half, God, it's like they didn't know where their legs were going to go. They just couldn't control the ball at all and keep hold of it. And Forest in the end, you know, had double possession that we had, but we created as many chances as they did overall, and we had the better ones, I think. I don't think Pickford had loads of saves to make at all, or hard ones. There was one particular moment when he rushed out. He rushed out
at the end. He did.
God knows
at
what.
The end, I was freaking it.
He's either going to get the ball or take the fella. So he was chuffed with that one. So there were a few last moment blocks and everything else. I think Garner might have done one on the edge of the box as well. And I don't know how big. I haven't measured the circumference of Branthwaite and Tark's head sizes, but Christ, they just filled that area and everything came towards them and they nodded it away. So we battled for it and we deserved it. And dead happy about it. Dead happy.
No, Paul Caswell said we played amazing. I think we kept working hard and we kept at it, but the final pass. I mean, every ball up to Beto was like pinball. It was never controlled. It was never pass, move with an intention to score.
No.
It was just try and get it up to him in the most ridiculous way. It was Harrison was running into players instead of running past players. McNeil first half wasn't doing nothing. A lot of people were shouting for McNeil to come off. I didn't. I said he'll score. Second half, I said it on his face at half time. Garner in the middle. I think Garner Gay stuck at it. I think James Garner did as well. I haven't got massive problems with them. You miss Onan, of course you do, but I thought Garner Gay really did get stuck in, and he really did put a shift in. The two centre backs, like you've just said, they were solid. Everything in the box. They're just. You don't even think about them anymore. You just expect it, don't you? Which is bad, but you just know they're that good. You never feel concerned with our centre backs, do you? That's the thing.
No. Well,
Beto,
we said
I feel sorry for Beto that game because he's going to get a lot of stick because he missed a good chance just over the bar. He leaned back a bit too much, and it just couldn't get into the game. Beto couldn't, and it might be because of his injury. It might be because sometimes it just takes players a while to get going again. And he's been on the bench. Calvert-Lewin's played all the time. Beto hasn't had a sniff, and it might take him a while to get up to scratch ball.
Yeah, I mean the thing about Beto is that he really wants to do well, and he's just desperate to first of all get a shot on target. But anytime that the ball was given to him, it was never in front of him. Even the one where he had a chance to sort of try and break away, he was always behind him. And the passes coming from Decore, God, they were all over the show. So I do feel sorry for him in the fact that he didn't really get a proper chance apart from that first one, which he knocked over the bar after the keeper had sort of fumbled it. But everything was behind him. In fact, one of the few times that we had in the final third, a ball in front of the player was McNeil when he took it down, and his first touch was right in front of him, and he absolutely belted it. Every other opportunity we had, it always needed 2 or 3 touches, and we were never quite there, were we? We were never quite there. Defenders wise, they were solid. And we said in the pre-match as well last night, we said we were comparing players, weren't we? And I know we were comparing Elanga and Brennan Johnson, who's gone Spurs, but we sort of mentioned about Brennan Johnson not being there now and us having to play against Chris Wood instead. And we pointed out that Tarks and Branthwaite would much rather play against someone like Chris Wood, who's more physical and less mobile, than someone who's maybe less physical and more mobile, because that's very much their preference. And Wood found it hard.
Yeah,
and
I thought
Tarks and
Branthwaite was amazing with Wood.
was solid.
He really ruffled him up.
He was solid.
Ruffled him up.
Exactly.
Right, they really did handle Wood well. I was thinking Wood was going to come off earlier, and I was happy that he stayed on. I was happy that he stayed on. I thought Wood was going to come off, and I thought, please don't bring him off before half time, because Origi's going to come on and he's going to do something. And even when Origi come on towards the end, I was worried then. I think that they brought Hudson-Odoi and they brought Origi on. They brought him on late, because I felt that Nottingham Forest formation with the 3 centre-backs and Elanga and Hudson-Odoi each wing and Origi up top, that for me was scary, and they dominated us at the end. That's where I was ripping my hair out, like waiting for the whistle to go, because they could have scored at the end. Like they could have scored at 2 or 3. They had the momentum. Dice didn't make any subs. I don't know whether people think that's good or bad. I think we was getting tired, and but Dice likes to stick and see whether the same team that's got the result can see it out. That's what he does. So. And they did. So you can't really knock it. They did see it out. I think he feels that comfortable that they can defend it out, and he's that confident that they can do it. He just leaves it. It's scary for us as Evertonians. It made me grey, but yeah, it worked. But what an absolute fight. You make me feel Dwight McNeil. Go on, Eliana, go for it.
You make me feel Dwight McNeil.
Go on, get louder.
You make me feel Dwight McNeil.
You make me feel.
Dwight McNeil.
You make me feel.
Dwight McNeil.
You make me feel.
Dwight McNeil.
Oh my days, there he is on the screen. Dwight McNeil. Give it a bye-bye. Say up the fucking toffees. You can go upstairs now. I'll let you celebrate. I'm not going to sit you down too long for the too serious stuff.
Nice one.
Well
done,
Dwight
Ariana.
McNeil. Paul said, well done there. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy. What a goal. What a finish as well, Paul.
I know. I watched it. I watched his interview after. He's just very modest, and he just seems like a decent lad. And he was obviously getting quite a lot of stick from the Forest fans, so he gave him a little bit back after he scored. You know, why not? But he didn't. He struck it.
Well,
He struck it really well. Actually, when you watch the replay, he struck it. Actually, I wish he had struck it a little bit sooner because he didn't have to wait for it to come back up again. If you would look slow motion, and the keeper got fingers on it, but great strike, and it was going to be something like that. It seemed as though one goal was gonna be the thing. It really did because it was tight. Stats
longer,
show that it was tight as well. You know.
like you just said, the longer he left the shot, the
Oh no.
tighter the angle got. The more he got close down, the more he had to put it in that top corner. And boy, did you ping that top corner, McNeil. You do make me feel Dwight McNeil, I tell you. He is. He wasn't playing well. They moved him centre. I don't know whether Dwight McNeil made that choice himself. He kind of moved into the number 10 position and Doucouré just kind of full on pushed up, didn't he? I don't know exactly what they did, but I know that I was seeing McNeil in the centre looking more influential in that centre because you get him on the ball in just in front of the goal on the edge of the box. McNeil is dangerous. He is dangerous on the edge of the box, isn't he? And he's very hard to tackle. He's got that Arteta thing. I'm not saying he's Arteta, but he's got that Arteta thing where he's tidy with the ball and he doesn't lose it, does he? He can shield it and he's quite good with the ball and he makes weavy runs.
No.
And he's got that composure, McNeil has. He's got that composure where he won't lose it. He's not scared of having it. And when he's got it in the number 10 position with that composure and that quality, he's dangerous. So it might be something for us to look at to move him more central. But another one to shout out was Mikalenko. The reason McNeil did move into the centre is because Mikalenko, the machine, decides he can play left wing, left back, left centre back, centre mid. I think he was, after Garner and McNeil, Mikalenko was definitely one of the boys that was man of the match for me as well because he's just a machine at the minute, isn't he? At the start of the game, he looked like he was going to score. He was bombing it up all the time, taking it down on his chest in the box. And on the way back, he was getting some feisty tackles in. So definitely a shout out to Mikalenko. No wieldy performances, but just a proper... If you can go... We've gone to Nottingham Forest ground, who aren't playing well, who need to win that game because their results are bad now. They've been awful at home. They really wanted that game. We've gone to that game away. Shouldn't win when you're away. You've got to earn it. We've gone away, not played well, and still won. So we've managed to beat Forest away without our players even playing well. So that is positive for me. You've got to look at that as a positive because we did it before the international break, didn't we? Paul was picking up results without even playing well. And if you could, I think that's a sign of a good team because if we, what are we going to do if we do play well? We would have put Forest off the park, wouldn't we? We would have beaten 5-6-7-0 if we was actually more clinical and more incisive on our passes in the final third. So it's positive. And I'm going to put something on the screen now, Paul.
Go on.
I don't know whether you know what it's going to be.
I actually don't know what it's going to be.
Get involved in the comments as well, Eugene. Get here, mate. Get in the Toffee Blue Cast House now. Right. It ain't about, you ready? It ain't about how hard you get hit. It's about getting back up, you know what I mean? And we got hit. I'm going to put my hands up today and say we got hit. Burnley decided to actually win a game. We got hit. We did. We took a punch. We got put bottom of the table. So we did get hit. We took a punch. We got put at the bottom of the table. But it's about getting back up. And there you go. Before that game, Everton was bottom of the league. Now, I don't brag about these freaking... Well, I do. I don't give a shit. I am bragging. I'm sorry, but I am bragging. I am bragging because it was bottom of the league and no one wants to be bottom of the league. And we've gone from going into that game, bottom of the league. I told everyone, don't worry because we'll be out of it. So we've got in bottom of the league. And then straight away, I'm going to make Everton fans calm here because I was scared before going into that game. We've won that game. We're now on 7 points. We're not out of bottom of the league, but look above those 7 points. You've got 9, 12, 13, 15, 15, 15, and then you're 12th. Just want to point out, if we keep doing what we did before that international break, we'll beat Newcastle. We will. We didn't play. We've got to be better than what we was today, but we'll beat Newcastle, and we'll add another 3 points, and we'll be on 10. Then we're only about 5 points off frigging 14th position, 13th position. Don't get scared. I'm telling you, this is a long journey yet. Don't get scared. We'll move away from this. We was 11th before they took 10 points off us. We probably would have been about 12th. Well, no, 10th, 9th. Do you know what I mean? So,
Well, yeah. Well, with the 10 points we would have had, we would have been on 17 above Chelsea there, wouldn't we? In theory, so brilliant, absolutely. Brilliant. I tell you, I'm sort of thinking about them as well today. I know Young didn't get booked. Young didn't get booked either. I know lots of people were having a kind of competition about naming
Someone
the minute
said that in the Toffee Bluecrest
Young was going to get booked.
Twitter group. Someone said that. I think his name was Daniel, saying that Young wouldn't get booked.
I think you said 59 seconds, didn't you? Because I said 1 minute.
Oh, that was a joke. I said he wouldn't get booked, but he should have got booked there. Let's face it.
He should have got booked. But actually, a couple of their lads as well. They were lucky to stay on the pitch with 11 men, to be honest. Because the guy,
I prefer that.
I prefer that. Beto back as well.
I actually prefer that. I said in that derby, the referee should just let stuff go and let the game be the game and just see who's the best. You don't.
Yeah, well, he did.
Everton don't need a red card to win. Everton don't need a red card to win, and Nottingham Forest shouldn't need a red card to win. So you shouldn't be relying on cards. I prefer a referee that just lets things go. A red card for a pull is harsh. Yes, he did it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times and probably should have got the second yellow for the red. But so we shouldn't rely on a red card to win. We should earn the win, and I didn't care that he stayed on. It didn't bother me.
No.
But I was happy that Young didn't get a yellow card early as well. Paul.
Yeah, in the same breath as well, Sky were really disappointed that Forest didn't get a penalty when their lad fell down after Decore had hold of him for half a second. So maybe all in all, we were quite happy with the approach that the referee took. Although not Tarkovsky was right in his ear, wasn't he, all the time?
I couldn't watch. I couldn't believe he didn't. I couldn't watch how was the Beto didn't do the best. He's still got to go through the motions. You've got to give him more time. He's got to go through the motions for me. A lot of people will jump on him. His touch was heavy. He couldn't get into it. He's frustrated with himself and missed an easy opportunity. But you've got to remember, some players just ain't going to hit the ground running. He didn't play last game because he was injured, so he might not be fully fit. Look at what Calvin Lewin was like when he wasn't fully fit. So I'll let him off.
I was surprised that Forest didn't give Alanga the ball more and more, to be honest. He didn't seem to have it at all second half. Not really, anyway. So
he's definitely. I said, who's better, Brennan Johnson or Alanga? I said Brennan Johnson. Alanga put up a very good shot that he's better today because he is a very, very fast, good player. I don't think it was even that Ashley Young was crap. I just generally think if you would have put that Alanga against Coleman, he would have been in trouble. And I even think if you would have put him against Patterson might have struggled with him as well, just because he was just fast, wasn't he? He's direct and fast.
Yeah, they didn't use him half as much as they should have, which we're pleased about. Because it could have hurt us. So Blue was just mentioned about Decore pulling him for the pen, but yeah, exactly. It was all swings and roundabouts, wasn't it?
I'd rather just let stuff go and equal it out than killing the game with a penalty, killing the game with a red card. I don't think that the Decore one was a penalty. I don't think he would have got the ball, but Decore risked it to get a penalty. Decore did enough to get a penalty because he shouldn't be putting on his shirt like that. But I've seen Branthwaite's shirt get pulled off in one of the derbies, or I can't remember who it was against. Branthwaite literally had his shirt and he had to put his top back on, Branthwaite did, because his whole top got pulled off when he tried to score. So we've had it against us. I can go back and I can find it. Branthwaite literally got his top taken off. It might have been against Arsenal. He got his top completely taken off and he goes to the referee. Should I get how can I score? I'm so hyped, I am. Stuttering. We needed that.
We got to win, so there you go.
Woo! Open it up, crack it. I ain't got nothing. I got water, but yeah, woo! Up them toughies, baby. I said on the space we'd come back. I said, calm down, don't worry, we'll do it. But I was panicking, like I'm Mr. Positive, and you're thinking like we're not playing that well. Is it going to come? Is it going to come? And even on the goal, it went over Beto's head, and you think, oh bloody hell, they're going to be on to Beto. He's missed that. That's how I'm thinking during the game. But I'm more worried about our fans being on to Beto than what I am about Beto scoring. I'm thinking, just please score and make our fans love you. But Beto missed the header, went over Beto, and then went to McNeil, and he just
Good
kind
job
of
he did.
He just spread the butter, didn't he? And put it
Spread the butter.
absolutely spread the butter. Yeah, he's like,
Oh.
woo, top corner. Absolutely love him. Just in case you didn't see his celebration because you was at work. And when he was after the game, I think it was Redknapp that said to him, like, talking about the goal. McNeil was like, oh, it wasn't that good. But they were saying, no, that was a really, really good goal, McNeil. I've seen you score some really good goals, McNeil, but that was one of your best for composure, finish, top corner, and just the way you put your foot for it. I'm surprised it didn't take the goal out of the stadium. He hit it that sweet. Honestly, it just got more and more top corner. It was a beautiful goal. And some people wanted him off second half, and it just shows sometimes you've got to leave these players on. You've got to let them go through the motions. It's going to be the same with Beto. He's got to go through the emotions, get a goal in the Premier League first. It's hard. If you haven't never got a goal in the Premier League, it's in your head as a striker. Beto's got to go through the emotions and become a Premier League player. It ain't just going to happen. We've seen so many players struggle in the Premier League. Get behind him. He will be good. He's got all the attributes to be good, Beto has. But you've just got to trust him and get behind him. Jumping on him won't be good, trust me, not with Calvert-Lewin's record. Because if Calvert-Lewin isn't fit, Calvert-Lewin's always the best. But if Calvert-Lewin isn't fit, Beto and Shamiti are there, and we've got to get behind them and make sure we stay behind them because they're going to get used and we need them to be good. Simple. That's just the way I'm thinking. Do you agree, Paul?
Oh, definitely, yeah. It's nice that we got some options. You know, it doesn't make many subs, so it is going to be because of suspensions. We're close to some of that as well. You know, there's probably going to be a few yellow cards thrown around in the next couple of games, Chelsea and Newcastle. So yeah, people will get their chance, and they just got to make sure that they fill in and do the right things.
Yeah, I was actually thinking, like, they were saying about Branthwaite nearly getting a yellow card, and I was thinking, Branthwaite, make sure you're available for Newcastle, and if you get a yellow card against Newcastle, I don't mind you missing. Is it Chelsea we've got after that?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I don't want Branthwaite to miss any game, but if he has got to miss a game, I think Michael Keane might have to step up Chelsea. But yeah, I honestly I do feel Newcastle's winnable. And people will call me crazy. I know Chelsea are out of form, but I think Newcastle at home with the derby sort of feeling that they've gave this for no reason. I do believe that this is a winnable game now. We can put back-to-back wins together and go into that Chelsea game positive. So we've got 3 points on the board there. We've moved up the table already. It just shows what 3 points can do. We was on the bottom. And you can imagine what the Twitter would have been like and our fan base. It was at the bottom. The ads would be falling off. We'd be walking around picking them up all over Twitter because the ads would be everywhere. But just getting those 3 points makes you nearly out of the relegation zone already. I'm not bragging about being in a relegation battle, but you've got to remember the Premier League's put us in this position. We would be climbing up that table into the top half of the table now. So the Premier League's forced us to do this.
Yeah, it's huge. It's a massive win. It's amazing how one moment can completely change your mood for the next 7 days. You know, those spaces would have been toxic, absolute toxic going into the evening. But
oh yeah, there would have been. That's the thing. They would have been like, oh, McNeil shit. Oh, Harrison shit. Gay shit. Beto. Why did we sign Beto for all this money? Yeah. Why did we sign Beto for all this money? We're down. We're down. That's what you would have got if we got a draw then. But just by getting the win, it shuts everything up because that's all that matters is those 3 points that we've picked up away today. We're winning. Look at our away form, by the way. It's good. You know what I mean? Our form is decent. Should have beat Man U as well. Should have beat Man U. And we've done these. I'm happy with that. Done the job, done the business. Wasn't nice. Stressed me out, Paul, that did. Did you get stressed that game?
Yeah.
That wasn't nice.
Yeah.
Those last 10 minutes was 10 hours.
They had the possession. I was more worried when we had the ball, to be honest. Particularly after we scored.
We was tired towards the end on the ball, weren't we?
We just weren't playing smart at all. It's like we would get the ball and we were still treating it like a basketball game where we didn't have to. So they would come forward, we would stop them on the edge of our box, and then instead of keeping possession, we would race forward towards them and give the ball away, and then repeat all the time. You know, we've won 3 away games in a row there, which is fantastic. Not done that for ages and ages, years and years.
Saying both teams couldn't pass water, but we just
No,
even though we couldn't pass,
no,
even though we couldn't pass there, we was better than them. Like that first half, the commentators were saying it as well. Everton looked even after Redknapp, don't like him, but he said we was a better team. He said Everton deserved it. Like we was
they're
generally
going
the better team. So
yeah, they're going through patches that we went through with Lampard and the Spaniard. You know, they've got 1 win in 10. You know, we remember we remember those moments. In fact, I think it was end of November or in December when we played. You remember when we played Bournemouth twice, one in the cup and one in the league with Lampard? And it was, oh God, we lost both of those. And we're thinking, Christ, it's not going to get any better. It didn't get any better. Do you know what I mean? But now it's nice to have us to have this kind of run and to go away and believe that we can get a win. And we did. We actually won when we said we would.
I said this to you before, I feel more confident when we go away than what we do when we're at home. Yeah, I know you put that flashback in my head then. You took me back to Lampard, and that was not a good place. I was ripping my hair out then. No answers.
It's all the progression. It's all the story. It's all the good time story. That's what it is.
At least now I actually frigging believe in us. But that would, if we was bottom of the league, that would have been scary. And we're not now. We're pushed up. And going into this Newcastle game after a win now is massive. I'd rather us be away, but I think we're better away. They're saying that they are quite good at their ground, ain't they? They are good at their ground. I think at home. I honestly do believe when we play Newcastle this time, though, Paul, because of all the crap that's gone on with them and them saying they're going to bring posters saying that this, that, and the other. I think the home advantage is going to be a big advantage because our home ground is going to step it up because they hate Newcastle. So I honestly do believe that the home advantage is going to be massive just because of the rivalry. It's going to be like a bit of a derby, isn't it, crazily? Because it's been made that way. So we can beat Newcastle. We can. I'm ready for this now. Yeah. My first mission is ticked.
That's weird, though, isn't it? Like stories about them bringing correct, not corrupt things. But wasn't it 2 years ago or something that they were doing exactly the same thing we were doing outside Premier League headquarters, saying how corrupt the Premier League was. It's amazing how your blinkers are put on when things are money's going your way. So I hope we do. Put in a decent performance, make it angry, but people put a shift in, and we get a bit of luck and get a win against them. How much that would be so good if we got a win against them.
The momentum going into the next game as well. It'd be so. That's why I say 1 win. You look to get 2 in a row. Then you get 2 in a row. You start thinking you're picking up form. You get 3 wins. Start moving up that table. That's all we've got to think about now as Everton fans. Relax. All we've got to think about now is just the football. You go to a game, you get points. You go to another game, you get points. Keep picking up points. We'll move up that table, and we will be nowhere near the bottom of the league when it comes to the end of the season. We've got loads of games ahead. Our fans panic, and I get it because we've been in 2 relegation battles, and seeing as that bottom brings back flashbacks of what we've been through. But we've progressed. We're better than what we was the last 2 seasons. We shouldn't be there. The Premier League have put us there. Our form isn't there. We've picked up more points than what we've got. We should be 11th, probably 10th now, 9th. So don't worry about that. We're decent. We'll stay up, stay positive. We played shit today. I get what you're saying, podcast. We did play good because we stuck at 8. We showed fight and we stuck at 8, traits that Everton don't normally have. But we just did it. We did it. And we got the 3 points. Right, we're going to cut this off now. It's an instant match reaction, not too long. So we're hitting it on a half an hour. A few of you come on. Paul Caswell, the Blues. I know a lot are going to be celebrating, so I'm just going to leave you to it. But we will drop instant ones when we can. Last words, Paul. Then
Yeah, we'll dissect it tomorrow night and enjoy your night.
it now. Give me the 3 points, baby.
Enjoy your night, everyone. Have that extra glass of wine, that extra beer, that extra dance. Yeah, enjoy it.
You
We'll
make
see
me
you tomorrow.
feel Dwight McNeil. I'm going to be singing that in my car 24/7 now. The music's going on. The Dwight McNeil songs are going on. Enjoy it. We'll be okay. I know we'll be okay. And I wouldn't say it. I probably still would if we wouldn't. But I'm Mr. Positive. But yeah, we will be okay. I promise you. And I can't wait for the next game already now. Newcastle, bring it on. Pick up 3 points there and we're jumping around and we'll have a big party. Up the fucking toffees, everyone. Have a boss one. And we will be back soon. See you later. Let's get some music on. It's not party music, but it's smooth. I can't believe we're celebrating a win. I was thinking, are we going to come on and celebrate a win or are we not? But we are, because we're Everton. We never back down. We always get back up. We wasn't playing well. We wasn't at our best, but we didn't give up and we still got the win. And we'll be better Newcastle. We're getting ready for that. That's what we're saving our energy for. Up the fucking toffees. Woo! Ric Flair, you make me feel Dwight McNeil, baby.